Hello. Um, yes, so this was a game from last night against this chap called Archer Protoss. Now, what happened was this was the second game that we played. They weren't straight after another. One was about an hour after the other, and I decided to cheese. And I haven't actually done this before. I kind of tried a bit of a bunker rush, but this is lifting over. I'm trying to lift over these barracks and build a bunker, and most annoyingly he builds this vision pylon right here. He comes to check out the SCV. Now I know that straight up an SCV will beat a probe, so I get the attack in straight away. And there he lives. Now, so the first game we played, actually same map, same spawn locations. He went lots of zealots early. He boosted out like 4 or 5 zealots and 2 quick void rays, and came with a quick attack like that. I had like expanded straight away, and I had a tower up and a few marines and a bunker at my natural, and so I was covered. And I went bio, basically full on bio. Oh, no death animation for that second marine. Could have saved that. So just sending in the more barracks. I didn't particularly realise that the zealot had died, and you see he's not building another one in. I could have sent in another SCV, but I wasn't so aware. I was kind of just looking at sniping some probes. As far as he's concerned, I do not think he does know about the other barracks. So a little bit of cat and mouse. He's realising he can take that down. He does take it down, but what loss? 11 workers. Worker supply is equal. I'm slightly macroing up at home. I wasn't particularly bothered whether this worked or not, because I never particularly bothered whether I win or not. Looks like yes. I'm building the CC here just to kind of fake out a planetary rush, but I didn't really have the minerals to build even the eBay. So yeah, I just cancelled that, move out with that. Send down a thingy to protect that, because I need a barracks to be able to build factories. Because I've decided now that I'm going to go mech. And if he beats it, he does. So last time he expanded quite late. This time he expanded early. He hasn't even built a starport. I don't know whether he's going for the same build, but last time, of course, the marines ate up the void rays quite easily. Of course, I like to get my 3-3 really rather early as Terran, because I just find 3-3 marines, like a 3-3 marine with a medivac can beat a void ray, if it's not particularly upgraded. But it's like the damage that happens to it and the healing that happens to it, yeah, on its own, it can win. Obviously, it helps if there's support to marines, but it's just that's how strong 3-3 marines are. So I'm not bothered about my barracks. I've just basically said to myself, right, not building any more marines, any more bio. And in fact, you'll see I don't do any of these upgrades. I think I do stick to the single armory, but don't worry, the game does get interesting. So I'm assuming that I'm pretty much behind, and I think on the balance of things I am. He does this spread out building formation. He did it last time as well. The way I beat him last time was I just dropped from multiple angles. He was very much an F2 player, and now I think he's kind of learned from that. Learned that I like to drop here and then drop there, drop here, drop there, and so he's spread his guys out so drops can't really happen. And yeah, he did this triple forge thing last time with triple photon cannons behind it, but it didn't particularly work out for him because I didn't come straight through the front door. So I'm doing what I do, which is expanding. I'm also doing the other thing that I do, not building any more workers. I kind of, as a general rule, feel 40 to 50 is enough for anyone. I guess I'm building a couple extra just because I know I'm behind. I kind of need that income. Widow mines, I just think are so good against. I think they're so good all the time, but I think it is so good against Protoss, particularly when you've got lots of zealots. And if we just have a quick look at unit count, 21 zealots. And if you think that like 2 mines can strip most of the shields off most of those 22, it leaves not a lot of work for your Hellbats to do. Now I know that I was pretty late on the blue flame. Yep, I still don't have it. Yeah, just starting now. And from here I've done the building upgrades, getting me some supply. At the moment the Vikings are just in cases Vikings. So now we're getting to it. We're getting to an action point. These 4 banshees aren't particularly aimed to achieve anything, but if they can get him out of position, so that I can just sneak my tanks in to within the range. The mines are supposed to be slightly further forwards, but basically the banshees get taken out. And I don't realise quite the volume of army I have against me. I mean, our army values look similar, but I got lots of mine in static D, and I thought, should I try and save this or not? Because he's choked up here, I'm thinking I can actually, they'll actually do a lot more damage than being chased home. So I mean, there's this shieldless lot, and if they go too far, they're just going to kill themselves. So yeah, I mean, it looks like I'm ahead on army supply, but to be fair, I don't actually have any mobile offensive army out of this lot. So he's set to be able to spring off this. You see, here are the mines basically doing their job, and of course he's weary of going forwards. There's the observer to come out. I mean, that will take out the mines. I mean, one thing that I'm always I've always got my finger ready for the scan, because so often as Protoss the observer will be like over the mine. You scan, you take the observer out, and then he has to build another one, and they just slow you down so much. And if you consider that the mine costs the same as the observer, because the observer costs more gas, the mine costs more minerals. It's the time against the Terran they have to scan. That's like potentially 300 or 270 minerals worth. And if you have your 3 observers clumped up together, potentially, see, there's the scan straight. As soon as he starts shooting at the mine, I'm scanning to try and kill the observers. So I'm kind of on a move out again. Looks like quite a bit of a move out. I'm not quite maxed out, but and he's moving out as well. So there we go. You see, that's about 8 or 9 of them. It had the one mine stripped off the shields. So there's lots of shields stripped again. And there's the splash damage taking out all the observers. So he doesn't have observers anymore. I kind of got my tanks spread out. They're kind of in pairs. So there's 2 more observers, but they're about to go down. And as soon as they go down, the banshees, of course, also rule. Okay, so some zealots are making some progress, but there's layer upon layer of tanks, so they're not going to get through that way. And here, I set myself up a nice D line. So the 3 banshees here can clear up. It's fine. I got extra factories built there. So yeah, looks like we've got 6 factories. So this lot, yeah, the mines just protecting, because I'm assuming that we're going to have a warp in of zealots somewhere. And so they're doing their jobs. I'm guessing he isn't warping in zealots because he knows the risk of the mines. But what he is doing is now moving straight totally into just void. I say just void rays, and I see lots of these zealots. They're not going to do that much just because of the mines. Have I gone overboard on the mines? Who can tell? But my bank is looking pretty healthy. So these are going to make slow and steady progress. I'm going to leapfrog the tanks. I'm not in a particular hurry. I am expecting them to get cleared up. There's a couple more Thors to join the party, and at the same time I'm kind of repairing the damage that happened down here. The towers are mainly for observers, because very often when you move your army forwards, the army gets held up by, be it the Hellbats or whatever, and the observers will go ahead of the army and get themselves killed. And then the mines can rule. Alright, let's just have a look at the unit count here. We're on 19. You see, the mines also splash to the voids, but you do need enough of them in the same place. This is beyond critical mass of voids. They can take out any kind of normal land opposition unless there's splash damage. And so there's the 3 main splash damage methods of taking out void rays for Terran is the Widow Mine, Thor, and the Raven's Hunter Seeker. But you see that mine took all the shields, bit of damage. I'm not particularly worried here right now. I'm doing the thing where I just save my workers. You see, buildings gone, worker supply not really. I always pity the fool who does this, who builds this line of towers, but it's to slow him down as much as anything else. Yeah, if we just have a quick look at production, getting the Thors out, getting the Vikings out. I should be getting the mines down in tactical places. But I need kind of critical mass as well. I need my Thors together to get that big splash on that big group, and then enough Vikings to clean them up. But he's pumping in his reinforcements, producing 7 void rays at a time. But of course his pylons are going down. So these slightly out of position, unfortunately I didn't have my eye on them. Could try to drag them back to more of the mines. But you see this splash is gorgeous. Just another, always one more. I'm always saying that about Terran players. Just one more, just one more. Just one more Thor on that. Or just one more mine. I don't want to get the mines too close, because they will just melt straight away if they're seen, if they're not burrowed. No scan, I see. I don't actually know where the observer is. How's he seeing it? There it is. Sorry. So I see there's another lot of voids coming in. Yeah, it's all fair enough. mass voids can be a winning tactic, but I'm not doing what I would too often do and go to like mass marine. I'm afraid that they got so many that splash damage pretty much is available. Is the only course of action. Of course, I said to myself, no. If I lose this mech, then I lose this mech. I'm not doing the bio. But you see, my worker supply hasn't really dropped. I got the money in the bank. I'm rebuilding bases. In fact, I'm building a base in his base. And getting the mines out. Because so long as I got scans, the mines will still be good. It's annoying that he's on my supply depots, but of course I will react accordingly and in a timely fashion. Come on, show me right. Yeah, there you go. So I'll just put down. Unfortunately, my mouse clicking wasn't too accurate here, but yeah, he's taking out the supply, but I need to get that replaced. I also am aware that I need to position my mines a little bit better for this. But here you'll see. So that's 12 voids, 1 mine, 2 mines, 3 and 4. And this line of towers now ends up being boss. But just mines taking the shields away, it's madness. How much equipment he had there? What was that? 400, so almost 5,000 minerals of his, versus less than 1,000 defending and the 1,001. So here I'm continuing on. Next line of voids. Let's just see the mines do their work. Yeah, splash damage. I mean, if those voids had had a clean run at the Thors would have been donkey meat. You see, as it is now, there's only 2 against 2 Thors, and I know that the Thors are in trouble. So I got to try and do a little bit of Thor micro. Like that's gonna work. You see, mines at work. They do the job. So now we're in the recovery phase. He's down to 1 base. Oversubscribed. I'm down to, call it 3. I'm not comfortable in that kind of situation, so I've got to build more bases. He, does the right thing, but right now he should look to protect that instead of sitting over my mines. Yeah, putting a base there is just as good. They're both earners. And then of course they've just gone off, so scan is pointless, and of course his upgrades are awful. I've sent the Thor off just to kind of show him that I'm still able to produce, even though he was an old Thor, not a new Thor. But I'm back up to 4 factories. I didn't realise I got 3 reactors. I did think that I'd gone more like 3 tech labs, but there's a tech lab available. Someone built a factory there. So, recovery phase. Don't need to work a supply there. Like it's killed. Nice story. So, he's now doing some upgrades. Continuing on with the void raids, I mean, considering he took out 2.5 bases and lots of my production, it wasn't a bad push. And if he can get himself back on his feet and produce better than me, then good on him. You see the hellbats. They can heal, they can repair. So here is potentially my best move of the game. I go forwards, I put the mines down, because again he had the numbers of void rays and the numbers of zealots to do it, but the splash damage from the mines and the Thor long distance splash damaging, and enough Vikings to clean it up. I mean, anti-air wise, that was on the limit, on the border. I didn't totally win that battle, but yeah, there we have it. And now into the work account. Get rid of the observers as ever. And I'm afraid, you know, that is that. Different game? Fun game? I thought so. And thanks for watching.